There comes a moment in every soul's journey when silence screams louder than noise, when the heart whispers truths the mind has long ignored. If you're hearing that whisper right now, it is not a coincidence. You were meant to be here. My friend, if you're tired, not just the kind of tired that sleep can fix, but soul tired, the kind that comes from trying, striving, and still feeling like success slips through your fingers. Then listen closely, because I see you. I see the nights you stayed up, staring at the ceiling and wondering if your effort was ever going to matter. I see the mornings you forced yourself out of bed, pushing past the weight of doubt. And I see the fire inside you, even if it's dimmed by defeat, still begging just one more chance to shine. Let me ask you something simple yet powerful. Do you want consistent success? Not just a win here and there, not fleeting applause. I mean real, lasting success, rooted so deep it weathers any storm. Success that doesn't disappear when the spotlight fades. The kind that becomes part of who you are. Who you are. Says. If your answer is yes, then hear me when I say this. Success is not about chance. It's about choice. Not luck, but law. Not miracles, but mindset. There is a path. And though few dare to walk it, those who do never return the same. It demands your discipline, commands your courage, and invites you to meet the highest version of yourself. But the reward, oh, the reward. It's beyond gold, beyond fame. It is the deep, unwavering peace of knowing that you became who you were born to be. So today is not just another speech. It is not just another moment. It is a turning point. If you're ready, not perfect, not fearless, just ready, then come closer. Because everything you've ever wanted is waiting on the other side of this one decision, to rise, to believe, and to never let go of the dream again. Definiteness of purpose is the beginning of all achievement. It is the inner compass that gives direction to your desires, the guiding star that turns wishes into plans and intentions into action. Without a clear, unwavering purpose, the mind wanders aimlessly, grasping at scattered opportunities and chasing fleeting ideas. But when your purpose is definite, sharpened like a blade against the whetstone of decision, something extraordinary happens. The entire universe begins to rearrange itself in harmony with your intention. A definiteness of purpose is not a vague hope. It is not the mere statement, I want to be successful. That is the language of the uncertain. The person with definiteness of purpose says, I will be successful by doing this in this way, and nothing will stop me until I have done it. There's no room for maybe, no oxygen for doubt. It is a declaration etched into the soul that says, it is who I am, this is what I'm here for, and this is what I will create. This clarity of purpose is what separates the dreamers from the doers. A drifting ship, no matter how beautiful or powerful, will eventually crash against the rocks or float endlessly in the sea of indecision. But a ship with a captain who knows the destination and holds steady to the wheel. Despite storms, despite changing winds, that ship arrives. And so it is with people. Many individuals spend years, decades, wandering from one path to another, not because they lack talent or intelligence, but because they lack direction. They try one business, then another. They chase opportunities that sound good in the moment, but are not connected to any deeper purpose. They fall prey to the illusion of movement, always busy, always in motion, but never truly going anywhere. Why? Because motion without direction is just noise. But when you have definiteness of purpose, every step counts. Every decision becomes a brick in the foundation of your success. A definite purpose gives power to your thoughts, and thoughts backed by purpose become goals, and goals backed by belief become action. Action repeated consistently with a clear purpose in mind becomes a habit, and that habit becomes a way of life. Before long, success is not something you chase, it's something you attract by the person you've become. But to have definiteness of purpose, you must first ask yourself a question that most people avoid. What do I truly want? Not what others expect of you, not what looks impressive on social media, but what you, deep in your heart, are called to do. It might be something unconventional. It might be something that scares you. That's good, because real purpose doesn't whisper softly. It roars from within. And when you honor it, when you stop suppressing that fire and start following it, your entire life begins to shift. There is incredible power in knowing what you want and why you want it. That why becomes your fuel when the journey gets hard, and it will. People will doubt you. You will doubt yourself. Obstacles will rise, and comfort will try to seduce you back into a life of mediocrity. But purpose, true, definite purpose, makes you immovable. It gives you the courage to say, I will not settle. I was not born to live a life of quiet resignation. I was born to fulfill something great. And the beautiful thing is, definiteness of purpose doesn't care about your past. It doesn't care how many times you've failed or how long you've been stuck. The moment you get clear, truly clear, on what you want, the doors begin to open, ideas begin to flow. The right people show up, the right opportunities reveal themselves. Why? Why? Because clarity creates focus, and focus creates energy. When you focus your energy on one burning desire, instead of scattering it across 1,000 half-hearted interests, you multiply your power. You become like the sun concentrated through a magnifying glass, suddenly capable of igniting anything in your path. Faith transforms dreams into living realities. Faith is the unseen force that bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. It's not the faith that resides in the world of fantasy or wishful thinking. No, this is a deep, unshakable belief in the certainty of your success, even when all evidence around you suggests otherwise. Faith is what makes the impossible seem possible and turns your dreams from mere thoughts into tangible realities. When you first embark on a journey towards your goals, the road ahead may seem unclear, even daunting. The destination can appear so far away and the obstacles. But faith is the inner conviction that the vision in your mind can and will manifest, regardless of the challenges you face. Faith is not simply a feeling. It is a state of mind that calls forth action. It is what propels you to take steps, even when the way seems blocked. It keeps you moving when others doubt your path, and when your own mind questions whether it's worth continuing. Faith doesn't ask for evidence. It doesn't require proof. It simply believes, and because of this belief, you begin to act in ways that bring your dreams closer to reality. Every effort you make, no matter how small, becomes a step forward in the direction of your ultimate success. But faith is not something that is given to you. It must be cultivated. It begins as a seed planted in the soil of your mind. And like any seed, it requires nourishment, positive thoughts, clear intentions, and most importantly, a relentless belief in your ability to succeed. The more you feed that seed, the more it grows until one day it becomes a towering tree, its roots firmly planted in the ground of your reality. Faith grows stronger with every challenge you overcome. Each success you achieve strengthens the foundation of your belief, and each failure teaches you the value of perseverance. True faith does not fear failure. In fact, failure is seen as a stepping stone, not a setback. Every mistake, every stumble is simply part of the process. Faith teaches you to look beyond temporary setbacks and to focus instead on the end result. It whispers to you in moments of doubt, urging you to keep moving forward, reminding you that you are capable of achieving greatness. Those with faith understand that the road to success is never smooth, but it is always worth the journey. They trust that every detour, every challenge, every moment of hardship has a purpose. It is all shaping you into the person capable of achieving your dreams. Faith is what keeps the dream alive when everything around you tries to extinguish it. It is what keeps the vision of your success clear when the world is filled with distractions and negativity. It allows you to see the finish line even when you're still far from the start. It transforms your internal thoughts, shifting them from doubt and hesitation to confidence and certainty. With faith, every setback becomes an opportunity for growth. Every moment of fear becomes an invitation to prove your strength. And every obstacle becomes a chance to reaffirm the belief that you're destined for success. The beauty of faith lies in its ability to transcend the limitations of the physical world. It doesn't require you to see the path clearly. It doesn't demand that you understand how things will unfold. All faith asks is that you trust, that you believe, and that you continue to move forward, despite the uncertainty. With unwavering faith, you align yourself with the forces of the universe, and you begin to draw closer to the life you have envisioned. It is a magnetic force that attracts opportunity, people, and circumstances that are in harmony with your deepest desires. When faith becomes your foundation, nothing can shake your resolve. The world may change, people may doubt you, and life may test you in ways you never anticipated, but your faith will remain steady. It will carry you through the darkest days and into the light of your greatest achievements. Faith is the key that unlocks the door to success, and it is through this unwavering belief that dreams are transformed into living, breathing realities. Persistence breaks down all resistance. There is no force on this earth more powerful than the human will. when it is fueled by unwavering persistence. It is the one trait that separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle for mediocrity. Success is not determined by talent alone, nor by intelligence, nor by the circumstances into which you are born. It is determined by your ability to persist in the face of adversity, to keep moving forward when every part of you wants to give up. Persistence is the ability to keep going when the world tells you to stop. It is what drives you to keep pushing, even when the path is unclear. The obstacles seem insurmountable, and the world around you is filled with doubt. It is the quiet, relentless force that refuses to be silenced, that refuses to be swayed. It doesn't matter how many times you fail or how many times the door slams in your face. Persistence is the will to get up, to try again, and to keep believing that success is just around the corner. In every pursuit, there will come a point where the road seems impossibly long, where the end feels out of reach, and where the weight of failure feels too heavy to bear. It is in these moments that persistence becomes your greatest ally. While others may choose to walk away, to abandon their dreams because it's too hard or too uncertain, choose to stay the course. You choose to push through the pain, through the fear, through the doubt. And it is this single act of perseverance that will one day set you apart from the crowd. Persistence is not just about staying the course. It's about doing so with purpose and passion. It's the belief that every setback, every challenge, is simply another opportunity to learn and grow. It's understanding that failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the journey. Without failure, there would be no success. Every time you fall, you rise again. And with each rise, you are stronger, wiser, more prepared for the challenges that lie ahead. The more you persist, the more you grow, and the closer you get to the success you desire. What many fail to understand is that persistence doesn't mean grinding without purpose. It means moving forward with an understanding that the path is not always straight and that setbacks are not the end of the story. Persistence is the wisdom to adapt, to learn from mistakes, to adjust your approach, and to continue moving forward with renewed. It's the inner strength to keep going when it feels like everything is working against you. It's the realization that nothing worth having comes easy, and that every great accomplishment requires a willingness to face resistance head on and to push past. One of the greatest challenges in life is not external forces. It is the resistance within ourselves. It is the doubts, the fears, and the voices that tell us we're not enough, that we don't have what it takes. Persistence is the ability to overcome this internal resistance, to refuse to listen to the negativity, and to continue pushing forward despite it. It is not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about being willing to take the next step, even if you don't know exactly where it will lead. The power of persistence is that it turns obstacles into opportunities. Every time you encounter a challenge, you have two choices. You can quit and walk away, or you can persist and learn from the experience. Persistence gives you the courage to face the unknown, to take risks, and to act even when success is not guaranteed. The more you persist, the more your belief in yourself and in your goals grows. And with this growing belief comes the strength to overcome any barrier.
On the road to success, there will always be challenges that test your commitment.
But if you can embrace persistence, if you can stay the course long enough, you will break through every barrier, overcome every obstacle, and achieve what others thought impossible. The walls that once seemed insurmountable will crumble beneath your determination, and you will stand at the peak of your success, knowing that persistence was the key that unlocked the door. Persistence is not a single act. It is a way of being. It is the refusal to give up, no matter how difficult the journey becomes. It is the resilience to keep going, the tenacity to push through the toughest times, and the unwavering belief that success is not just a possibility, but a certainty for those who never quit. So when resistance comes, and it will, remember that persistence will always break it down. It will turn every no into a yes and every failure into a lesson. And ultimately, persistence will carry you to the success you have always dreamed of. Desire is the fire that fuels ambition, the driving force that turns dreams into action. But desire to be effective must not be a simple wish or passing fancy. It must be a burning, unrelenting force that outweighs every doubt, every obstacle, and every fear that stands between you and your goal. It is the hunger that consumes you, the fire that propels you forward when the path seems unclear, and the fuel that keeps you going when the world tells you to. When you truly desire something, when that desire becomes an all-encompassing, unwavering force, you will find that nothing can hold you back. The obstacles in your way, once towering and insurmountable, become mere stepping stones. Fear, which once paralyzed you, begins to shrink in the face of a desire so strong it cannot be extinguished. The doubts that cloud your mind, once overwhelming, begin to dissolve in the heat of your passion. Fear cannot coexist with a burning desire. It may try to creep in, but it can only hold you back if you let it. A true intense desire burns so brightly that fear is no longer an obstacle. It becomes irrelevant. Fear is a natural human response to uncertainty and the unknown. It's that voice that tells you to stop, to wait, to play it safe. But when your desire is stronger than your fear, fight that voice, you move forward, not because you are fearless, but because your desire is bigger than yours. You understand that fear will always be present in every pursuit, but it is your desire that will give you the strength to push through it. When desire is strong enough, it becomes unstoppable. It shifts your focus from the possibility of failure to the certainty of success. It helps you reframe challenges as opportunities and setbacks as lessons, instead of viewing them as insurmountable obstacles. Desire gives you the power to see past the difficulties and keep your eyes fixed on the problem. It transforms the way you approach problems, enabling you to find creative solutions where others see only roadblocks. A desire that burns hot enough doesn't allow you to quit. It drives you to push harder, to work longer, and to sacrifice more because you know deep within that the reward is worth the effort. Desire also creates a sense of urgency. When you truly want something, when that want consumes you with such intensity, time becomes your hour. You begin to move quickly, decisively, with purpose. Procrastination and hesitation fall away, replaced with a deep sense of urgency that fuels your actions. You stop wasting time on distractions and begin to focus exclusively on what matters most. Your decisions become sharper, your actions more direct, because your desire has given you clarity of purpose. The things that once seemed important, things that didn't align with your ultimate goal, suddenly lose their appeal. Your desire clears the fog, guiding you toward your true purpose with laser-like precision. But this burning desire must be nurtured. It doesn't appear by accident, nor can it be ignited by external circumstances. It must come from within. It must be cultivated through consistent focus, through belief in your own potential, and through a willingness to fight for what you want. Desire requires commitment. It requires you to take daily action, to stay true to your vision even when the road gets tough, and to keep moving forward when the easiest thing to do is give. The fire of desire needs fuel, and that fuel comes from your actions, your decisions, and your unrelenting drive to make your dreams a reality. One of the greatest challenges is that fear often disguises itself as logic or reason. It will tell you that the timing isn't right, that you're not ready, that you should wait for a better opportunity. But a burning desire won't let you wait. It demands action. Desire teaches you to act now, to take risks, to step into the unknown without knowing exactly how it will turn out. It tells you that if you don't act today, tomorrow will become a missed opportunity, and next year will become another year of regret. Desire fuels that sense of urgency, pushing you to move, to take that first step, to make that call, to send that email, to do whatever is required to move closer to your dream. Your desire must burn hotter than your fear, because only then will you find the courage to take the leap. Only then will you stand in the face of doubt and say, I will go anyway. Fear may always be a part of you, but when your desire is greater than your fear, it transforms into the very fuel that propels you forward. It becomes the power that drives you to take action when others freeze in fear. It is the quiet voice within you that refuses to be silenced, that pushes you to continue when the road gets tough, that ensures you never give up, no matter how many times you fall. It is this desire, the desire to achieve, to overcome, and to rise, that will ultimately carry you to the life you've always dreamed of. Desire is the first spark. Fear is the obstacle. But with a desire so strong, the obstacle becomes irrelevant. You will burn brighter than any fear, and you will achieve more than you ever thought possible. Autosuggestion is the seed of self-mastery. It is a powerful tool that taps into the immense potential of your subconscious mind, shaping your thoughts, beliefs, and ultimately, the power of the mind is limitless, but only if you direct it with purpose. Through autosuggestion, you develop the self-mastery required to stay focused on your goals, to maintain unwavering belief in yourself, and to act with confidence and determination. Over time, this practice becomes second nature. The positive beliefs you've instilled in yourself begin to manifest in your actions, your behavior, and the opportunities that come your way. You start to notice that the world begins to respond to your thoughts in ways you never expected, People who once doubted you begin to see your strength. Opportunities that seemed out of reach start to appear. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable become stepping stones. This is the power of autosuggestion at work. It is the key to unlocking your full potential and creating the life you've always desired. The more you practice autosuggestion, the more it becomes part of who you are. It shapes your identity, your confidence, and your ability to overcome challenges. You begin to embody the very qualities you once desired to possess. Your belief in yourself grows stronger each day, and as your self-mastery increases, so too does your ability to create the life you've always dreamed of. With autosuggestion, you are not just dreaming of success, you are actively building it, one thought at a time. Your environment must match your intentions. The world around you has a profound influence on who you become and the results you achieve. Whether consciously or unconsciously, the people you surround yourself with, the places you inhabit, and the energy you immerse yourself in all play a critical role in shaping your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Your environment is not just physical, it is emotional, mental, and social. If you are to achieve consistent success, your environment must align with your goals, your vision, and your intention. The environment you choose is a direct reflection of your inner state and your desire. If you find yourself surrounded by negativity, doubt, and toxic energy, your own thoughts and actions will likely mirror that. However, when you surround yourself with positivity, ambition, and inspiration, you will begin to mirror those qualities as well. The people you interact with, your friends, colleagues, mentors, play an essential part in your success. They either encourage your growth or limit it. Positive, supportive relationships will push you to rise higher, to challenge yourself, and to see possibilities where others see obstacles. On the other hand, toxic relationships can drain your energy, fill you with self-doubt, and hold you back from reaching your full potential. But it's not just about the people you spend time with. It's also about the spaces you inhabit. The places you live, work, and spend time in should inspire you, energize you, and reflect your aspirations. If your physical environment is cluttered, chaotic, or uninspiring, it becomes difficult to focus, to be productive, and to maintain a clear sense of purpose. A cluttered space leads to a cluttered mind, but a clean, organized, and inspiring environment encourages creativity, clarity, and a sense of peace that allows you to focus on what truly matters. Your space should serve as a reminder of your goals, your values, and the life you are creating. The same principle applies to your mental and emotional environment. Your thoughts and emotions are influenced by what you expose yourself to, what you consume, what you watch, you listen to. If you constantly feed your mind with negativity, whether through news, social media, or conversations, you will find it difficult to maintain a positive and empowered mindset. On the other hand, if you fill your mind with uplifting ideas, motivational content, and empowering messages, you are cultivating an environment that nurtures your success. Yes. Books, podcasts, seminars, and other resources that promote growth and self-development are tools to help create a mental environment that supports your goals. Furthermore, your environment must align with your intention by providing the right conditions for you to succeed. If you intend to achieve financial freedom, your environment should reflect that intention. This might mean learning about financial literacy, surrounding yourself with people who are knowledgeable about money, and creating systems that support wealth building. If your goal is health and wellness, your environment should be filled with habits, people, and resources that promote physical health, such as access to healthy food, exercise, and support from those who encourage your well-being. Whatever your goal, your environment must be a fertile ground that nurtures your intentions and allows them to grow. The most successful people are those who create an environment that is aligned with their purpose. They actively design their surroundings to support their vision. Whether it's building a network of like-minded individuals, creating a work environment that fosters creativity, or eliminating distractions that prevent focus, they understand that their environment is a key factor in their success. They take responsibility for what they allow into their world, and they create spaces, physical, mental, and emotional, that empower them to thrive. It is important to recognize that you have the power to shape your environment. You can choose who you spend time with, what you expose yourself to, and how you organize your space. This control is not about waiting for the perfect circumstances to align with your intentions. It is about actively creating the conditions that will help you succeed. It's about making deliberate choices that reinforce your purpose and push you closer to your goals. If your current environment is not serving you, it is up to you to change it. When your environment matches your intention, everything becomes easier. Your energy is aligned with your goals, and the actions you take feel natural and effortless. The support you need is readily available, and the distractions that once held you back fade away. Success becomes inevitable because you have created the right conditions for it to flourish. Your environment no longer works against you. It works for you. It becomes a powerful tool that propels you forward on your journey to consistent success.